guys, I'm Jeff Ponder here and welcome back to another episode of Fifth and Last. It's the NRL show that I'm doing on a weekly basis and we're going to cover the fixtures for round one as well as one or two bits of news that come out during the week. So let's start off with the news. Big one I think this week's coming out, Tim Simona over at Wests. He's being stood down pending an investigation of betting. He's betting for players to have scored against him last year. Not necessarily to his own betting accounts, but players or people that he's known. So obviously pretty serious allegations. He faced a lifetime ban from the sport, should be found guilty, so it's not looking good for him. Flip side, not too bad for West because they're actually trying to offload him. So to free up some salary cap space, this actually could be a bit of a win-win for them. Not good for their reputation, but good for their salary cap going forwards. Okay, so let's get into this week's round of fixtures, and it's starting on Thursday night. We've got the Cronulla Sharks up against the Broncos at Cronulla. It's going to be a tough one to start. It's going to be a very competitive season this year. I think there are a lot of teams vying for those top 8 positions and also top 4. It's going to be very close. I've got the Sharks to win this one. It's going to be fairly close. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I've got the Sharks to win. Next up, we've got the Dogs against the Storm. I don't really see the Dogs producing a whole lot this year. They've got to get their ball to the Morris Twins as much as they can, but I see the Storm running out winners on this. They're just so set in their structure, so set in their ways, but I see the Storm winning. Next we've got the Rabbitohs against West. Both teams who I've tipped to miss out on the top 8. I don't think it's going to be a classic encounter. I think the Bunnies will win just because they've got a bit more quality across the park in general and up front. Bit more experience. So yeah, I'll go for the Bunnies on this one. Next up, Dragons against Penrith. Dragons are in for a long season this season. I don't think they're necessarily a very happy camp. Penrith, on the other hand, building well. They've got promising signs for the season if they can keep injury free, especially the key players. So I've got Penrith to win this one. First up. Next up in Townsville, we've got the Cowboys facing off against the Raiders. Now, these two teams will be really fighting it out for the minor premiership, I think. Definitely top 4. It's going to be difficult, I think. Given it's in Townsville, I think I'd give the Cowboys a win. If it was in Canberra, I'd probably back the Raiders. It's going to be that kind of game, fairly close, I think. But I think I'm going to give it to the Cowboys. I think they'll start off pretty strong at home. Okay, down to the Gold Coast. You've got the Titans against the Roosters. This one, I thought about for a while and I was umming and ahhing about the result on this one. I think Titans will squeeze past the Roosters. I think they're probably a bit more set in their half combination. They've added some firepower up front as well. I think Roosters have made a few changes to their backline. That might take a few games to gel properly. I have to wait and see. So yeah, I've got the Titans on a close one on this. Next up, Warriors against the Knights. Not that they can give the Knights a tool this year again. Afraid to say. Warriors obviously have got their new lineup. I'll say new. They got a good lineup this year. I don't think Foreign won't be playing, certainly in the first 3 rounds, but I still got Warriors to win this 50. I think. I'm not sure if Newcastle will probably show up in the first 20 minutes, but I think it'll be all Warriors after that. Last but not least, in I think it's called Lotto Land now, which is probably quite fitting for the Sea Eagles, given a bit of the allegations flying around the place for betting. Eagles against the Eels. Eagles, I think, will win. The Sea Eagles will win this one. The Eels rebuilding phase. I think the Eels will improve as the season goes on. I'm just not sure if they've quite got the quality to beat a Sea Eagles team who have recruited quite well. Dylan Walker, I think he's going to be a key man for them. They're going to have a bit of a point to prove this year. So yeah, for me, Sea Eagles are going to win this one. Okay, let's have a quick look at my predicted table. As we see it, obviously, Warriors, Panthers, Sharks, Sea Eagles take up the top 4, obviously only the first round. Storm, Cowboys, Bunnies and Titans make up the rest of the 8, followed by Roosters, Raiders, Tigers, Bulldogs, Broncos, Eels, Dragons, and in last, the Knights. I think that's going to be a fairly common theme for this team at the bottom of the table. They're going to really struggle. Anyway, guys, comment, please. Who do you think I've got the results right? Who do you think is going to win? Do you think I've got them all right? Titans, Roosters, close one. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.